The city of Abbottabad, located in NWFP, is not only known for its scenic beauty, but the gateway to the Great Karakoram. The city provides unique opportunities of modern education and training. This is Pakistan Military Academy, one of the finest army training institutes. Nazneen, a petite and modest little girl, visiting her father who is a sepoy in the academy to get the view of march past. The thump of the footsteps, the heavy boastful stride, and the band with all its magnanimity. How it throbs her heart. It's here that her approach starts blossoming. The aspiration begins. It's here where her heart is. Can she be one of them someday? Nazneen belongs to Bihali village near Mansehra. She starts with her education with a dream, but unsure where she will land up. What awaits her? The status of women in any country is determined by its socio-cultural approach and its frame of reference. Similarly, status of women changes from one country to another and from one culture to another. In Pakistan, a woman is conditioned to accept her providence at home. The woman of Pakistan has come a long way in proving herself. Pakistani women, as a consequence, have made policy makers to redefine her status and importance through Constitution of Islamic Republic of Pakistan and Islam's interpretation of women. The Constitution guarantees equal rights to women in its Article 2534 by stating that it is incorrect to blame for the unequal rights of women in Pakistan. Then there is a hadith saying of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, it is compulsory for both men and women to seek knowledge. And then it is a proven fact that if you educate a woman, you educate her next generation. The education of women in Pakistan is perplexing. Women generally do not have equal access to education, and parents deem it fit, as girls are believed to take care of the household and they see no point in educating them. But changing times have increased the importance of education even in the rural areas. It is evident from Nazneen's story. She completed her education from her village and later went to Abbottabad to do her degree in law. And one fine day, as she caught a sight of the advertisement for induction of females in the army, her dream surfaced once again. She was determined to appear in the test with full passion and the belief that she will accomplish her vision of being in the army. Women in Pakistan are at par with men now. The transformation and development of women's role in our society has begun. Police, Army, Navy, Air Force were a domain of men only. Now we have women as sailors, as army personnel, as police officers and pilots. Women have proved that they require the same training as men to perform as well as men in all fields. The change has to be in the mindset, the approach, and outlook. It is an obsolete phenomenon that women are the weaker sex. The need of the hour is to absorb women as equals in the worlds of government, corporate, and private sectors. And here we have Dr. Shamshad Akhtar, Governor State Bank of Pakistan. She is the 14th governor and the first woman governor of the State Bank since its inception in 1948, and carries the view that women once equal to men have become his superior.
It has to be acknowledged that sex discrimination actually does exist in international organization as well as national organization, not as per se typical to Pakistan. I think the issue of difficulties between male and female colleagues arise for a variety of reasons. One is simply because women tend to provide a very competitive atmosphere to men. So men do get threatened when women professionals are good. The resentment among men only arose when you performed above them. If you were subservient to them, or if you performed below them, they had no difficulty accepting you.
Now it is universally accepted that no country can sustain prosperity if nearly half of its population is neglected and diverted from the national development process. Major General Shahida is a medical practitioner in the armed forces, a committed pediatrician and a meticulous expert at her work. And for her, empowerment has an untypical implication. Her rank has nothing to do with it, as her competency speaks out.
In simple terms, I would think that empowerment means that you can do the things that you like, which you think are right, that you can stop the things which you think are wrong and which you do not like. Basically, this is empowerment.
In the armed forces, it was a tradition that women could only join in the medical corps, and it is here that we have seen women excelling. Captain Nahid Akhtar is a dentist in the Navy who is shining out in her field and is now heading the dentistry department in the naval headquarters. She feels empowered. Trends are changing now. Other than medical corps, Air Force took the lead with induction of female fighter pilots just 4 years ago, and they are performing their duties in logistics and air traffic control as well. Women in Navy are in sensitive positions like that of being in the control room and teaching. These teachers are the ones who train the sailors to have a smooth sail in rough waters. The illiteracy rate in the rural areas is very high, and only a marginal number of women in the rural areas are literate. In these circumstances, how can she even think of any aspirations? She does not have the basic knowledge of her rights, and she does not assume herself to be in the leadership position. Challenges confront her socially. But then there are certain exceptions born out of the same system. An incident, an episode of life which alters the whole course of existence. Supreme Court of Pakistan has intervened in the case of Mukhtara Mai, aged 30, a village woman from Mirawala near Multan, brutally gang-raped in June 2002 on the order of village council. The men were later arrested and charged under various provisions of the penal code. It was later proved that she was raped, and 6 of the culprits were sentenced to death, and 1 man's death penalty commuted to life imprisonment. After this gory story in her life, she has recovered and has a mission in life to educate. She believes that education is the remedy to all ills. She will continue her work in the schools she has made in her hometown.
मेरे इलाके में 2 स्कूल बने, एक लड़कियों का एक लड़कों का प्राइमरी स्कूल है। हमारे इलाके में कोई लड़की पढ़ने या कई लड़की ने स्कूल कहना नहीं था, लेकिन हम 200 कनूते तो लड़कियों ने पढ़ दिया बे। जो लड़की आज पढ़ हुई सी ना, वो कल को अपनी कदम मजबूत कर हुई सी।
Nazneen also belongs to the rural area just as Mukhtara, but she got education from the onset, which makes all the difference. She has the support of her family and her village natives. She had a dream and now has joined the Pakistan Military Academy, the place where her heart was